I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting. Good morning, America. Hey, George, how you doing?
What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. That was the masterpiece himself.
Yes.
I like that shirt.
I like it too.
Show people. Look at that. Put yourself on camera there. Masterpiece.
I've noticed every time I put this hoodie on and I'm wearing just the hoodie, I usually get looks, like dirty looks.
Why dirty looks?
I don't know.
You look good. Your hair is done.
Some people probably think like, oh, who the fuck does he think he is?
A masterpiece.
Yeah. Not understanding the joke that it means masterpiece of shit.
No, man, it's nice. It's nice. A nice little hoodie.
Yeah, I know.
I like how you can pull off the white stuff, though. It's
I love white. I love wearing white.
Yeah.
I feel like a fucking Cuban fucking El Jefe. When I fucking wear all white, bro. I feel fucking fantastic. But one of my outfits in Cuba, when I went back in 2018, I was trying to pick up a bunch of Cuban brides, you know? It was an all-white outfit, bro. They loved it. They fell in love with me. They were like, oh, El Jefe.
White shirt, white pants, white shoes.
White dress shirt, white linen dress shirt, white linen pants, and white shoes, bro. I was fucking...
Fucking shit, bro.
Oh, fuck.
It was like the Godfather right there. Ladies and gentlemen, patreon.com/Pantelis for everything going on over here. Thousands of new... I don't know. New content stuff.
New content all the time, bro. The next Intellectuals is going to be fucking amazing, bro.
What's happening with that, man? Pantelis. Well, let's finish off the plugs first.
Yes.
Balabanos.com. He's on his way. He's running a bit late, but he's going to be coming in today. The Backstage Podcast and Just As That for what I do, and the man producing this podcast, IamPoseidon.com. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
IamPoseidon.com. You can find all his stuff over there. Tell me a little bit about the Intellectuals, because
oh no, we recorded
because Pantelis sent out a tweet, I think, or a message on Facebook.
We recorded on Monday. If you want to find out, you're gonna have to tune in on Thursday at 8 p.m.
That's tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
at 8
tomorrow,
p.m.
8 p.m.
Find out what these guys have been doing, because there are some interesting developments.
And it's wild. It was a very good one.
Well, because Pantelis kind of ruined it. I don't know if you're explaining it at all, but someone might be going to jail. Others may be going into a fucking rehab or whatever.
All very true things.
Ay, Jesus Christ! It never. I never tune in for the show there. But
you have to listen to this one, dude. It was such a doozy. We didn't even do a top 5.
You guys do top 5?
Yeah, top 5.5 we call it.
The fact that any normal person can sit, like I often think of Pantelis.
Yeah.
He's usually producing it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's always producing.
How does this guy have the patience to sit there and listen to the three of you just say fucking nonsense all the time? I'd walk out. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd get up and walk out.
There's a secret. He has a secret, George.
Yeah.
He is also insane.
He's an in the closet.
He's an in the closet retard. He's a closeted retard.
I think he's secretly enjoying it.
Yeah, there you go.
Good morning, sweetie.
Poseidon likes to wear white hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially,
It's
especially
okay to
the
be
pointed
white,
ones.
bro. It's okay to be white.
I don't know, bro. They told me it was some LARPing thing. They told me if I come in, I could slay dragons and be a grand wizard.
Where's this?
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
know what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm late, guys. I saw a poor woman get mowed down by a fucking car.
Where?
Oh, shit.
Van Hornekotenesh. Created
Holy
like the
shit.
biggest traffic jam I've ever seen.
She got hit.
She got hit, yeah, like she's not walking again. Like
What?
the legs were in braces. Like she must have been walking. I didn't see the accident. And the car must have just grabbed.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, like they had lifted the car up when I got there. So she was
stuck
lying
under.
in front of it. Like she was alert and stuff. But why would they lift the car? She must have been under it.
Yeah, of
Like,
course. No, she
that's
was
what I'm
stuck
saying.
under the car.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only logical, terrible, fucking terrible. And my kid's like, "What's wrong with that lady's feet?" So I'm like, "Nah, she fell down. She just fell down."
This is the most uncomfortable thing, you know, when your kids get at that age where they start understanding certain things.
Poseidon, can you zoom out my camera a bit?
They start understanding and...
Okay, finish dying. And then,
Jesus.
oh,
I inhaled dust from the microphone.
That's nice.
well, you're supposed to dust the microphones. So
Yeah, so you know when they get when they get at that age where they kind of understand and you don't know how to answer
the older one's
these
been asking
weird
me
questions.
strange things. Well, that yeah, a little. There you go, boy. Way to produce that shit. Produced it hard. Yeah, it's all. It's. I mean, look. My daughter, the other day, I spent all this money on private Greek school, and at night she's like, "I want to dance a Greek dance." I was like, "Where did this come from?" Turns
that
out
the
it wasn't.
country?
What?
It was at the country dance that she was singing.
No,
That
no,
she
no. That
doing.
was. I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
I gotta see what she's watching. No, she learned how to Greek dance from Full House. I was like, what?
Oh my
She's been
god.
watching Full House, and then she's like, "Is Papuli gonna die?" I'm
Papuli?
like, who Papuli? She goes, "In the show, Papuli died. Is my Papuli gonna die?" I'm like, who Papuli? I go, I mean, eventually. I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh boy.
Jesus.
Thanks, Full House. Thanks, John Stamos, for fucking
I would have said yes. He will die at my hands.
my grandfather.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna tell my 6-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
At your hands.
Yeah, yeah. I understood the sentiment. I just didn't understand the why. Did we talk about what happened in Greece?
No, it's on the list. We were
mean, let's
just
start with that.
we're just doing our intros,
Oh, we're
So
doing
what happened?
intros. Fucking Siblas.
telling him how beautiful
What's
he
that
looks.
Sibla in English?
I swear to God, it doesn't
poop.
exist.
It's not eye poop. I like to call them chibbles.
It's
I-
I caca.
Eye crispers. What are they called?
Chibbles. Chibbles. They're called chibbles. Fucking, I got chibbles. I slept in.
Chimbles. Yeah, what are they called?
Chibbles.
I think we've asked this question before. I think
It's
it's, one of
chibbles
those
and
words.
bits.
I always called it eye boogers.
I think it is. I like eye crusties.
Eye crust.
Oh yeah, crust.
There has to be a scientific term for it.
Language. It's probably Greek. Language. I mean, English language specifically. The English language is not a rich language. It doesn't have a lot of colorful expressions
Yeah.
that come in the form of one word. It's all metaphors, right? So I guess eye crusties is probably. I know.
This
I
was
got
created
chibbles.
by a bunch of peasants.
I mean, every language is created by peasants, technically.
Look, man, why you gotta blow up my spot, bro?
Why you gotta say some shit? I think I caught a cold. I feel
shit.
congested. This
It's
weather's
everyone.
this
It's
weather's
the- yeah,
wild
it's the
for me.
weather.
Like up,
Beautiful,
down,
eh?
up, down, up.
Beautiful. A
No,
couple centimeters
shut
last
your whore
night,
mouth.
and today we're at zero. Everything
shut
is
your whore
melting.
mouth. Shut your whore mouth. Stop. Stop it.
Don't talk.
The aggressive.
Happy 1st of March, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pay rent.
Yeah, me too. Here.
I gotta collect rent.
How come my camera, is it just this screen or do I look very gray or am I just gray today?
I was gonna say no.
That one is a little
you look
overexposed.
You look a bit darker, yeah.
yeah.
No, you're
You're great
Mine
today.
is
You're a
too
bit
bright.
gray.
I'm
Yeah.
gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because if you were blue, you would die.
Okay.
Explain that one to me.
It's the song.
Blue dabu dee dabu die.
Yeah, I'm.
He never says you're gonna die.
Yes, he does.
He says dabu dee dabu die.
Whatever, bro. Misinterpretation.
Honestly, this fucking grand wizard. If this is the upper echelons of the Ku Klux Klan, I understand why they're struggling with membership. So let's talk about, since we're talking about the white hooded man over here, let's talk about what happened to the Dilbert cartoonist.
Oh yeah, I saw that, man.
Wait, what happened
I
in
know, I
Greece?
sent it to you. We'll get to
Oh
it.
yeah, that's
We'll
what it
get to
was.
Yeah,
sorry,
you
dude.
doofus.
I'm like, yeah,
I
saw
sent
that
you the
somewhere.
story hoping you'd do some research. You didn't.
No, I didn't.
apparently.
I completely.
So I
missed
can't
it.
remember his name. Let's see.
So this is a very popular cartoon.
I mean, whatever.
It's in every newspaper in the U.S.
It's been fuck 20 years, 25 years.
It's a pretty good run.
As long as I can remember it, like newspapers having cartoons, it's been in there. Dilbert, for those of you who don't know, basically Drew Carey He's Drew Carey from the
It
Drew
is
Carey
Drew
Show.
Carey. That's so
walking
funny.
around in the office doing corporate nonsense and making fun of corporate life. Sure, okay. A little dry, not my cup of tea, but whatever.
So why did he get laid off?
So he got laid off because he has a YouTube show, like a solo podcast, sort of like Phil My Hole was, where he just rants and talks about stuff. And he was talking about how do I frame this without it sounding weird?
Oh no.
So he was basically saying that the term "it's okay to be white," which is why I said it when I walked in, has become the news outlet, the mainstream media is saying that term "it's okay to be white" in quotations has become a rallying cry for hate speech. That white supremacist groups are using this, and that it's a racist term. Now, I think a term like that doesn't inherently sound racist. I understand why they use it sometimes. I also understand why it's probably okay to be white. But
there was some
But he said
statistics,
basically he read statistics.
There was
he
a
didn't,
poll.
He didn't give his opinion initially. He read statistics that something like I don't look, guys. I don't remember the numbers. Let's say 45% of black people think white people are the problem. It was something along those lines. And then based on that statistic, he basically said, if you were asking me, I'd tell most white people they should stay away from black people since they all hate us.
Oh.
And he got canceled hard.
Yeah, you don't say that.
He probably shouldn't have fucking said that.
Which type of whites, Jorge asks?
Which type of the white, the white whites.
The white whites.
Not these whites. We're off white.
What?
I'm gray today, so whatever.
I'm overexposed white today.
But like I saw that, and then later last night I saw this fucking hilarious Instagram reel by a Montreal creator. I guess he's French. He's not French Canadian. He's a black guy.
he's a what?
Yeah, a black guy.
Okay, no.
He might be Haitian just from the accent. I can't tell.
Okay, no, I saw
because like I
something
find that all ethnic francophones in Montreal speak Creole French.
That's funny.
Like you can't tell if it's Haitian or not. So I don't know, but he was black, so maybe he was Haitian. And he was saying that what was the expression? I never knew this expression. I learned it last night. I didn't know there was a Quebecois equivalent to that's some white people shit, but apparently there is.
Okay.
By de blanc.
What?
By de blanc. Oh, so like he explains it so well.
White
like,
shit.
It's the white people shit, like stuff that only white people do.
Okay.
Like
Never heard it. Okay.
go and sleep where the lions are in the jungle. The people who live in the jungle don't sleep with the lions because they'll eat you. White people, no problem. Superpower, where they're gonna go.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You saw that, Superpower.
You had it out for the mic,
Fucking
bro.
sucker punched it.
It's because it's black, isn't it?
I was reading that and I was like, yeah, but, and I commented and someone like under commented like, yeah, okay. To me, I'm like, okay, I understand the confusion, but like, I'm not that white. Like, I'm not so white that I'm gonna go free climbing without a rope. You know what I mean?
Is that a white thing?
I'm not
That's
so white
very
that I'm
white,
gonna go and do like a sub-zero dip in a river. No,
That is a white thing.
that's a white people. That's white people shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you can, I feel like if you can identify white people shit, like that's some white people shit, you're not white people. You're not what's considered really white people.
Yeah, so the people that you're referring to,
can you please
they don't understand what we're doing is not normal kind of thing.
Can I fix this camera? What do you want me to do with it?
Because he's overexposed.
I like how he whispered to me, but I have to get up and stop the show to fix it anyways. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll do it. No
George,
problem.
Keep going.
But it's okay. I mean, I'm
just
just
messaged.
briefly.
He's not happy.
I told you I was overexposed, right? You had to wait for Pantelis to tell you.
No, I knew already, yeah.
Yeah. So you're basically saying. Just drop it down. So yeah, so you're saying like these are things that normally like they do it without really knowing that they're like it's not normal.
Affluent shit.
It's affluent.
Yeah, so... but it's funny that they say that. It's funny that he got canceled for that because aren't the same people technically canceling him like preaching for fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Segregation. Like they want like you know what I mean?
No, at all.
Well, yeah, because
I have
the
no
same
idea
people that
what
are
you
saying
mean.
the white
That's much
people are
better.
the problem. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, go ahead.
Do it. So yeah, so the same people that canceled him are the people
So
that
same
are
people
arguing
that
for
canceled
segregation?
him are the same people online that are saying, black people should just go to black people's school and white people, you fuck white people, you get them the fuck out, blah, 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 blah. So then if he said that, if he said white people, it sounds like white people should stay away from black people. Shouldn't that
You
make
can
them-
stop pretending to have a thought. I'm back now.
No, but you know what? I mean. No,
Oh,
seriously.
look, I was underexposed. What a difference. We're different color shade. You know what's weird about these cameras? Can I just say?
You're a
Warmer.
normal white. I'm a yellow orange.
You both look good.
So here's the
Am I?
thing.
Oh,
Me and Pantelis actually brought in like a $200 color card that I use to balance cameras.
Yes.
I balance these cameras. The lights haven't changed in here. But every time we turn them on, I've noticed they're a little bit different. And I can't account for why.
Well, somebody actually.
I went, no
Do you
one's
think they
touching
auto
these.
adjust?
It looks
I
okay,
turned off all
actually.
the auto adjust features. Like I can't. I'm not sure what's happening. I know that if you adjust one exposure value, it suddenly
it messes everything up.
disaffects the other ones. Like they go back to auto, so you can only do one at a time.
But why would you guys? Do you guys touch these at all in another episode?
I just turn them on and off.
And zoom in and out, I guess.
He was
Yes.
he was quick to say that. Like it was not me.
He had practiced the lines, yeah.
I only
Fuck
turn
yourself.
them on and off. If it's women we're talking about, mostly off. You white hooded
He
fuck.
has a post-it on his desk that said, "I just turn it on and off."
Padeli has texted me.
Yes.
1 million. Actually, how many zeros we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100,000%. Someone touched them. I was recording Monday and they were fine. I really don't feel like. First of all, hey, Pantelis is watching. I feel like I'm so excited, bro. You like that, huh? What were we talking about before? Yeah, so the Dilbert guy got canceled for saying shit he probably shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
He's probably not 100% wrong about the statistics because they're statistics. Someone did those polls. They're real. George, what is this?
That's because there was some.
Oh, I thought it was
He wiped his ass with
I thought it was boogies.
no.
Thought it was boogies.
It's just coffee.
Okay, good. I was gonna lick it, but now I won't. Look, my wife said it the best. She goes, "Why the fuck would he say that? He was obviously gonna get canceled." I go, "This guy's been making syndicated comic strips for 25 years. He's a millionaire, and he hasn't ever left his room. He's fine. He's living his best life. He doesn't care if he's canceled now.
Yeah.
How much longer is Dilbert gonna be relevant?
Yeah, but you don't want to go down that way. Like, I mean, like, you know, like.
I mean, he probably believes what he said. So wouldn't you want to go down preaching what you believe? Okay, in this case, he believes
I'm
that
sure,
white people and black people should stay away.
I think this is one of these things that you have to listen in its entirety because I'm sure it was probably brought out of context.
I did.
Yeah. No, but even the thing
in
that you said,
contact-
that little clip, they just have him saying that. I mean,
I watched the part before and the part after. Even in context, even though he's not inherently saying anything racist, you just know by what he said, people are going to be mad. It was the way he said it,
yeah.
right? There was a little tongue-in-cheek to it. He's a
Yeah.
comic artist, so he was trying to be snide, I guess. And I find people feel very safe because it's happened to me. I've said some stupid things on Film My Hole. My saving grace is that I edited after. Like I go through it to make sure everything's okay.
And he didn't. It was live.
No, most people who do podcasts don't edit their podcast. They just let it go, right? Especially if you're solo. But when you're by yourself
Yeah.
and you're just kind of in a train of thought, anyone who's seen an
Yeah,
episode of Film My
it's
Hole,
not a bad idea to
I
go
say
back and
some
listen.
crazy shit sometimes. Like you'll see like a weird cut and you're like, you can know that I said something I shouldn't have there. Like just know. Fill it in with any blank you want. Like Phil saying X.
There's like a hard
Phil saying N and then use your imagination
Yo,
for the
by
rest
the
of
way,
word.
I was at the on Monday because it's March break for my kid, right? We went downtown to have lunch with my wife, and then me and her were walking around downtown because she's never been in the underground, really.
Your wife hasn't, but
My daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay. You said you went to have lunch with your wife.
Me and my daughter went to have lunch with my wife, and then afterwards, yes, fine, it was.
Oh,
unfair.
but she's working downtown.
I
Yeah,
love
sorry,
how
yeah.
me and my daughter went to have lunch with my wife. Like I love how you've separated her from
No,
the
he
family.
took his daughter to eat lunch with his wife downtown.
Why would
because
I
his wife
refer
works
to her
downtown.
in the third? Yeah. So my daughter and I went to have lunch with her mother. See how that makes it sound like we're divorced?
I'm just busting your mouth.
I know.
Keep going.
So we were walking around, and I went through you know where Crema is in the Fairmount? It's a pretty good coffee shop. Like I like their coffee.
Yeah.
We go in, and there's this big giant letter N, and I wanted to.
Oh, no.
I was trying to get my daughter to take pictures of me with it like this to send to you. I was like, I found the N people,
Oh no!
but like they're all crooked. The shots.
Oh, man, that's
Oh man, I had a good laugh though. Like I was like, I wish George was here.
A giant N.
A giant N, yeah. So the Dilbert guy got whose name I can't remember, and I'm too lazy to look for. Got canceled. Let's talk about the Greece thing quickly, because
Yeah. So
what do we know? In the early hours of the morning,
Well, last night I was looking at it, so it had happened.
it broke here at 8:45 p.m.
right.
ish. So
Yeah.
that's
'Cause it happened like late
3 in
at
the morning.
night.
3 in the morning in Greece.
In Greece.
3:45.
They held an election at 3 a.m.
Yeah, they had an election. Yeah.
Do you not know what happened?
No.
Oh, okay, that's why.
But this is mysterious, man. We'll get to
We'll
it.
get
So
to it.
it was.
It's nothing funny.
No, it's not funny at all. It's a
Train
It's
derailment.
a train derailment. It's actually two trains. It was a head-on collision.
Oh, was it? I didn't
Yeah, it's
catch
two
that.
trains.
What is up with
Jesus.
all these?
It's two trains. One was a cargo train, and
One
the other
was a
one had
passenger
like
train.
over 300 passengers. It was a passenger
What's the
train.
total? I
So
saw
far,
the
29
pull up the aerial footage. It's a mess.
Yeah, so far 29 have died. 85 are injured.
Yeah.
But
I read 36 are dead.
Oh yeah,
this
they are
morning.
going up.
Is
Okay.
Turkey running to help?
I think they're still dealing with their own
I think
shit.
they have their own.
So I wake up this morning.
but I don't think it's something that requires
36 people.
international aid. Honestly,
36 people.
No, I
That's
don't
at
think
36. Yeah,
Head-on collision.
So George,
How does that happen with trains?
I wake up. What? Somebody fucked up. Somebody didn't switch a rail.
You would think that today, with the technology that we have, and
Yeah, that's today here, not today Greece's
no,
transit
but I mean,
system.
it's not. Look, dude, it's not. They didn't just build it. I mean, these things have been.
I know. Oof. This is what I woke up to this morning. I was like, "What is this?" And it said, "We're grieving."
That's funny. Yeah.
It's not funny.
Well, I mean, it's
I don't know if anyone can really make it out. It's
pretty cool. It's pretty,
The Athens Voice shared it on Instagram. It's a Greek flag with all the lines messed up, jumbled like cars in like train cars in an accident.
shit.
So I was like, "Oh crap, something happened." So I checked. It was the first thing I looked at when I woke up.
apparently it's the biggest train collision ever in Greece's
Into the
recent
microphone,
history.
George.
Sorry.
Into the microphone.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. There's 36 people have died. Did you find the aerials? Because
Yes.
like it really gives you an idea of because trains are massive and they move at such high speeds. Like look at that.
What the fuck is this, bro?
This
Get
is
out
right
of
outside of
here. Satellite
Larissa
radio.
in
It's northern Greece.
Is it really northern Greece, Larissa?
Yeah,
It's like 3 hours north of Athens.
This is what it looks like, bro.
It's
This
between
is,
Athens and Thessaloniki.
this is the passenger cart
yeah,
coming this
and
way.
the other one is the. What a mess.
Well, they got bamboozled heavy, yeah?
Yeah, like that's just. Oh my god!
Oof.
Look at that.
That's
The
intense.
sheer force in a train, right? The weight and the speed. It's crazy.
Could you imagine the people minding their own business?
Cooley showed up to check it out. I love that there's graffiti on the trains. Greece has a lot of graffiti.
We're artistic.
Yeah, no, I mean graffiti's it's a whole.
What I love is that they leave it still on the train. They're like, you know what? It's nice. It's
someone's gonna
art.
put it again.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no point. I don't think they're leaving it because they're like, yeah, it's art.
There it is. See,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's halfway from
They're
Athens
deadly.
to Thessaloniki.
yeah, it's a
outside
pretty
of Larissa.
popular.
Do they have a good train system in Greece?
Yes.
It's okay. It's not like the rest of Europe.
Putting aside from this
Yeah,
event,
not excluding this.
excluding this
incident.
event.
It's a pretty it's a pretty large network.
It's a large network,
Yeah.
but it's old. It's not very fast. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stops. I've only ever traveled by train from the airport to like
downtown.
Marousi,
So,
Oh yeah.
which is not a complex.
No.
So if you ever travel by train in Greece, keep in mind, stay in the rear carts.
I don't think that that helps you in that instance.
Well, in this
Well,
case,
definitely it wouldn't help to be in the front carts.
Yeah. Well, in this case, from the images that you saw,
it seems like the back carts
the back
survived.
carts
Yeah, you're probably
survived,
right.
Yeah. Well, there was only 36 dead
I mean,
and it
look,
carried,
you can't get into a moving vehicle and assume you're gonna die every time, right?
No, for
like
sure.
I wear a seatbelt, but I take it off in case I need to jump out.
No, obviously, but there's precautions, like
I
subconscious
mean, look,
precautions you can take.
there's not much news here except for there's probably going to be an inquiry. Somebody fucked up somewhere
100%.
in the switching. I don't know the train terminology.
It's unfortunate, obviously.
It's very unfortunate.
I don't think it was done
it's,
purposely,
it's a human tragedy. Is that the term?
but it is.
It's very sad, and you don't hear stuff like this often from Greece, which is good.
It's a
yeah,
train
So I was
jitty.
caught off guard. Yo, you better stay on track today. You're welcome. Yeah,
I mean,
it's,
you hear other weird, like a couple years ago when there were those massive fires just west of, just east of Athens. There, what was the city called?
fires, like nearly Kavito over there.
No. It was on the.
Oh right,
on the
yeah,
other
but
side.
Greece is prone to forest fires because there's idiots who burn land.
No, it's not that. There were hundreds of people that died. It was huge. It was a huge
remember.
fire.
There was also that big one in the south. My grandparents were trapped in their village. I remember that in like the mid 2000s.
No, this was a couple years ago.
I remember it. Yeah,
And the sad thing over there, and this is where the government had to answer some serious questions, was that in Greece, the beachfront, the coast is public. It's supposed to be public. And there's all these little things happening, like hotels that want their, private.
so they end up paying the
waterfront.
They pay the
whatever,
municipality.
So they pay. They gate it out. They gate themselves in for rather. And you have this
there aren't many
neighborhood over
private
there
beaches.
where you had these really luxurious
Villas.
villas in front of the water, and they had paid off
Whoever they had to pay
it off, and they had gated the access to the water, which shouldn't happen. So all these people running away from the flames, going towards the water to
Safety.
safety, they were trapped on the walls. Like there was all these dead bodies that they picked up just on the walls along the.
I didn't know
Yeah,
about.
it was tragic.
Oof.
Oh damn.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
I mean, I don't know if you had seen images. Like cars were melting. Like
No,
cars.
that I remember,
were
but I didn't know people
melting.
ended up at like an Auschwitz style gate.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, disgusting. It's horrible. Before we get to the serious stuff, let me just, I don't know if you guys saw the news. Vladimir Putin honored Steven Seagal.
Sorry?
And it's just so fucking hilarious. They gave him like this, an order of friendship or whatever, like a thing.
It feels like we're in the Under
It
Siege.
was just so funny seeing the
feels
thing.
like we're in
you know,
the
like
Under Siege sequel.
Steven Seagal there laughing and shaking hands with Putin. And I know a couple years ago they had given him an honorary
I thought
citizenship.
he was dead.
Steven Seagal, no, bro. He
Why'd
never
they give him
dies.
citizenship? He basically killed a bunch of Soviet Russians in all his movies.
Apparently, ever since his career started going down,
So after his second film, yeah?
I love his movies. By the way, in the 80s and 90s, Steven Seagal was a must. It was like on the top of the list when we
you
go
ever
to
seen-
satellite video on Jean Talon. It was Van Damme.
Hey, bro, what's
Seagal,
wrong? Why can't you
Chuck
speak into the mic today?
Because he's talking to you. What was...
Sorry, buddy.
Have you ever seen that Family Guy sketch of... what's the guy in Family Guy with the wheelchair? Joe. So Joe's in bed with headphones on, screaming, and he's watching a Seagal movie. That was basically my dad most of the 80s and 90s.
It was so good.
Like he would pick up the tape at Blockbuster, the tape at Blockbuster, or we used to go to not Galaxy. What was it called? I can't remember. It's a mosque now.
As
On
a
Pantelis.
kid,
And he would be like, "This looks like
This is the best.
this is gonna be a good one."
Yeah, but you know what the thing is?
Oscars. He used to ask me, "Because you think she'll win an Oscar?" I'm like, "No, fuck no."
But the mysterious
so funny.
thing, but here's the weird thing: your father understands English. He could have watched any movie. My father,
and he chose Demolition Man.
yeah, but my father could not understand
movie.
English.
Remember
so for
when I
him, it
called it
was
Mechanical
the
Man?
most the most
Hold on, let me finish
basic
this thought.
plot: hero,
Bad guy.
girlfriend. Bad guy. Bad
him.
guy takes girlfriend. Hero must beat bad guy to steal back girlfriend. Kind of.
Was your
thing.
dad like into it? Like,
Oh, he loved it.
yeah, I can't picture your father watching a movie.
Because
It seems like something he can't do.
He goes, I want kicks, I want punches, I want some guns. Go. So it was either Chuck Norris, Van Damme,
Because your
Steven
dad,
Seagal.
I've experienced your father differently than you have. Obviously, he was your father.
Yeah.
He was the law. I experienced him as this wise old elder at the Greek community. He used to come in, drop some knowledge, and vanish. Just walk into a room angrily with a pocket protector and pens.
what's a pocket protector?
He always had like pens in his pocket. I remember.
Did he?
For some
Okay.
reason. I guess he was breading stuff when we were there. He would walk in, that down look that he does,
Yeah.
aggressive. Then he'd say something like fucking poignant. You're like, wow, and then he was gone. He would just wander off.
My father, he has
like an elder.
He has progressive lenses.
Yeah, that's what it was. He would look down
but
at
he's
you.
had them for I don't know 20 years. I still don't think he's managed to understand how they work. So
Just a
he
lot of
can't.
this.
Yeah, so he can't really judge the distance and where he needs to look out of his glasses. So, so every time you run into my dad, he's kind of coming close to you, and as he's coming close to you, he's going up and down, back.
He's like a bird of prey because you know how they shake their heads.
Yeah. How are you? You good?
He just comes at you, claws your
Fucking
face
funny.
out.
So yeah, so we would
My little one got glasses. It happened. Yeah, the older one.
both.
No, the older one. I
Oh,
don't know why I said
your
my
old one.
little one.
Yeah.
She needs glasses.
Yeah.
Why?
Because both
Well,
daddy and mommy are legally
Fucking
blind.
mole people. I can't see for shit without my contacts. Actually, I started around that age too.
You know what's weird is I never needed glasses. My brothers needed from a young age.
It happens. I mean, no one in my family above me, like my parents, my
Your
my
sister
grandpa-
has glasses.
My sister wears glasses, but they're not very strong. I'm blind. It's
My
minus
father-
6, 7,
my
5. I can't
father-
see. If these fall out, I can't continue the show. I won't know where you guys are.
My father used to give shit to my mother. He used to blame her for you ruined their eyes.
Yeah, it's her,
With
it's
her dirty
fault.
womb. Is that what he was saying?
I don't know, but he was just like, "Tos ramis está matia."
I think that's just an expression.
No. Like he
He's
was.
blaming her. It's her fault.
Yeah.
Why though?
Because
Like,
he had nothing to do with it. He has.
you sure it wasn't all the reflecting off his aluminum foil hat?
No, he goes. What would he say? He goes, we didn't have glasses. Nobody in the family has glasses, but now these kids have glasses.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he's made
Same
an
thing-
observation.
Same thing with our teeth. When we had every time we had cavities. How do they have cavities?
Because all we eat is fucking refined
It's
sugar.
the dentist that's making holes.
yeah.
Look, to be honest, I'm convinced my childhood dentist, half my cavities aren't real.
Look, my
No,
dentist.
come
I'm
on.
convinced.
My dentist fucked me over too. What?
In the house?
Oh, it's Mr. Pantelis.
He was so angry, he showed up. Oh, this is going to be
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
This is going to be bad, good.
is he coming in?
Maybe he has a meeting or something. Let's continue the show.
he's here.
No, my dentist, I'm convinced he was a
Are you sitting
sketchball.
with us? Yeah.
Rage filled.
Many stuff.
Many stuff and things.
Many stuff from what I heard. Number one, I'm gonna find out who the fuck's been fucking around here because Monday I recorded. They were fine, so I don't know what the fuck
I
happened.
wasn't
Tuesday-
here. I'll
so-
adjust your camera.
So
He
that's
got,
number one.
he got up specifically to come in here because
Yeah.
of that comment.
Number two.
What do you mean nobody touches these?
No, somebody 100%. It's impossible. I have the recordings from the intellectuals. So somebody 100% touched the cameras. That's number one. Number two, the Dilbert thing you got wrong.
Did I?
Yeah. What happened was there was a poll online that said, "Is it okay to be white?"
Is it? What was the poll result?
Well, it's like they were asking
that's what we're
black
talking about.
people,
There was
is
a
it okay to
statistic.
be a poll and a statistic are two different things.
Well, the
you can't have a
statistics.
statistic. Is it okay to be white? What's the statistic?
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
I was
statistic
all over
comes
the
from a
place.
poll. Okay, yeah.
Look,
okay.
in
No,
my
there's
defense,
no statistic. Like you statistically tell me it's not. It's just a poll. People answered. Less than half.
in my defense, I
Yeah.
assumed he would do the research because that's his
No,
job.
I did the research.
All right.
Less than half said, no, it's not. But they could have been fucking around because it's such a stupid question.
Yeah.
It's such a dumb question.
you turned
And
gray.
then the other half. Then
And now you're super white.
thank you.
Yeah, what happened?
And then the other half said, I'm gonna go check over there too because there's filters on the OBS.
I don't think so. The way this is happening.
Maybe it's the morning
Oh,
show. Maybe there's filters for the morning
I
show. Hold
absolutely
on.
didn't frame us right. I just noticed. It's hilarious. I look tiny.
There's a hold on. There's a color correction.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
No,
Glenn.
but this
please,
is
please
clearly
stop
this
touching.
is an auto
It's
function. That's
clearly from
the
touching
camera.
that stuff. No, I'm not doing it. I was podcasting on Monday, bro. And it wasn't.
no. I mean, the source is not there,
No, there is there.
but they're not automatic. The OBS
They
features.
go over there. The OBS features. Yeah, they're on. They're turned on all the time. They're turned on.
I understand
Unless
that.
accidentally somebody. It could be with a keyboard because of hotkeys.
May I?
They turned off a filter.
You can't keep the cameras. Like, what if the cameras are manual?
Old George. You call me twice a week and you're like, why do I sound like a Smurf on my podcast? Padeli, look at you right now.
I see it.
It wasn't like that a minute ago.
Yeah.
It changed when you
It
sat.
was no. It was like this because I was watching from home. That's why I came. That's how he looked.
But I fixed
I'm
it.
just wearing glasses.
But then I fixed it.
I don't know. I left when.
No,
I saw
I
it.
fixed it. Everything was fine.
There are currently no hotkeys mapped.
No. What's happening is an automatic feature because I saw it change when you sat. It took the light bouncing off your ivory skin.
Thank you.
And it got really confused.
I don't know,
I could
bro.
probably fix it fast.
No,
if
it's
you
okay.
want.
I don't give a shit.
So yeah, go back to the thing, the poll.
Yeah, so there was a poll and it said that, and he got very angry. And he's like, "What the fuck's up with black people?" But the thing is, it's not 50% of black people ever that answered
No, yeah, it's
that
people
poll.
who answered the poll.
And people who answered the poll probably jokingly also said it's not okay to, because it's such a stupid question. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Yeah.
Is it okay to be white? This guy took it fucking personal. He took it serious, and then he said, "I'm
Did
gonna."
he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just joking.
No, he.
Oh, he was pissed?
Dilbert? He was joking. No, he said, "I don't want to deal with the black community. All white people should stay away."
He
from
looked, no, he looked
since-
pretty serious though.
I,
yeah.
I don't like
what
this.
he said, the only advice I can give to white people is stay away from black people.
Yeah, how does that sound joking to you? Like,
I just assume, like, who would say that? I thought he was joking.
but that's why he got, like, you guys were calling him canceled, so people got mad at him.
Oh, now I
Yeah.
thought.
No, there was no joke. He was really angry. The thing is, he's not thinking.
Oh, he was
It's
actually
not
angry.
every
Okay.
black person that answered that poll, and also it's not a real question. Like, it doesn't make sense, that question. Because maybe you
So
could
he
answer.
fucking fell on
is
his
it
sword
o-
for something stupid,
Yeah, because you
basically.
could say, "Is it okay to be white?" And maybe the people that said no, it's not okay, meant like I'm a black guy. It would be very weird if I get sick enough that my skin. Like, it's a dumb question. It's a very dumb question. So, and he's dumb too because then he says, "I'm never gonna help black people again." Is like you never helped black people. I don't
What?
know how. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
Dilbert's
now-
not
now
exactly
it's getting
big in the
worse.
black community, I don't
No, it's
think.
not that deal. It's himself. He's never.
I know.
And he's like, that's why I moved out. He said of my neighborhood, but he's been living in the suburbs where he's living now for like 30 years.
So now that the black people got money, he left?
No, he didn't leave now. He's gone for 30 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's like he was waiting for that statistic to come out and be like, you see why I left? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Ah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
the whole
the-
"it's okay to be white" thing, because the articles that I did read, like, obviously not in depth, are talking about how it's being used as a rallying cry, right? Like by white supremacists. Like it's okay to be white. I see it in Quora all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm like reading random stuff.
It's not. It's just what the low IQ tries to pin to whites. They're going out. They're saying to people, it's not okay to be white. Oh, but white. And then some white people they get upset and they're like, what the fuck? It's okay to be white. And they go, you goddamn racist. Like it's a setup. It's
obviously
don't fall
a setup for
traps.
sure.
Yeah.
It does feel like for a long time because like white Northern Europeans are a global minority, right? Like statistically, they are. There's less white people than there are everything else, right?
I don't know.
I mean, just think of the population of India, and already we're skewed, right?
They're not considered white, huh?
No, they're not. No,
For you, maybe. Go on.
I don't consider us whites either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go on.
But it does seem like that minority imposed a lot of its norms and traditions and standards because of the United States being like a powerhouse for so long culturally, and now everyone's like, no, it's not okay anymore. Like it's like
It's not okay to just for your skin color. That's racism.
Yeah, it's racism. That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing whether it's a good point or a bad point. I'm just saying it seems like that's happening, so that the white has just become the white devil for everyone. It's the
But it's
boogeyman.
not for everyone. Again,
the white devil's the boogeyman.
Again, these are.
When I say everyone, I'm generalizing.
It's
I
not
mean
even- it's
in
just-
pop culture right
It's
now.
not even in pop culture because you talk to that no one says this kind of shit. It's in these random ass newspapers. They do it because it gets a lot of clicks.
I
Because
wonder
you'll
if
get
no one really
fanatics.
talks like that
The
though.
majority of people don't think. You think the majority of people are like, it's not okay to be white. It's not okay
I
to be
assume
Chinese.
that the
Nobody gives a
majority of
fuck.
people aren't that smart.
They're not, but they don't give a fuck. The dumb ones are the ones
Screaming
answering
with purple
the poll.
hair. With purple hair.
The dumb ones are the ones answering the poll. It's not a
Yeah.
real. It's not a
Have
real
you ever
position.
answered a poll?
Very rarely.
I don't think I have either. Maybe on
Never
Macedonia
if they call
once.
me. If they call me, I don't answer.
I actually got called. The Jewish called
They
me.
still call? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this was a while
people
ago.
call them.
The Jewish general called me and asked me to participate in a study about COVID. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it only takes 40 minutes. I'm like, hold it right there.
Jesus,
You
just
lost
40
me at
minutes,
40
just
minutes. And the guy was very obviously Greek. He's like, bro, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it can take even longer than 40 minutes. I'm like, bro, I already said no. I already said no. He's like, because we just wanted to know about your hospital visit during COVID. I was like, but I already told you no. And then I'm like, wait, does this pay? He's like, oh, absolutely not. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good.
Why the fuck would they pay?
I don't know if they were paying. Maybe I would have done it. Skewed the results a bit.
You should have done it for science, though.
Fuck science.
What was your next story?
We were talking about Steven
science.
Seagal getting honored by Russia with
Yeah.
the Order of Friendship.
Again?
He had gotten an honorary citizenship,
Yeah.
and apparently he lives in Russia. And
I didn't know
even,
that.
Yeah, he even went to eastern Ukraine to see to visit the pro-Russian kind of people.
The
there.
Donbass region?
And to
Donbass
show their
region.
to show his support for them.
Nice.
So he's full.
Much loved by the
Why is
Russian
this
people.
news? We knew that he was.
But he just got
He just got
honor.
an additional.
award for his
decoration.
I
karate.
hope he did this after he got it, whatever it was. Is he really a black belt? He is, right?
Yeah, he's
No, I don't think so.
isn't he an
It's all
Aikido
fake.
guy?
Yeah, that's all fake martial arts, bro. It's it's all that shit. He touches people and they fall over.
Dude, I'm sure if he grabs your hand, he can fucking. But the thing is, he has to grab you. Dude,
Yeah,
like you put him
here's
in a
the
ring.
reason why he makes money.
Yeah.
I am telling you right now, as a man of science, you could Google it.
Which
Everything he
science?
does is fake.
Yeah, of course.
Everything he does.
No,
is
but does
fake.
he have any real
Martial
training? I
artists
wonder.
that watch him don't even they cry when they're watching. They're like, "Who's falling for this?" He literally does like. He's just sitting in a chair.
It's a
He's
lot of
touching
this.
He's touching
Yeah.
someone, and they're like, "Hoo-ah!" They're flipping over, and anyways, it's so stupid.
Didn't the judo guy put him in like a hold and then he
People
knocked
beat the
him
shit out of him, yeah.
And then he
Good
shot
times.
himself.
No, those are two different things.
Who are you talking
Those
about?
are two different things.
Some other video you were watching.
What
Yeah,
last
judo
night.
guy?
No, not true.
Judo, not judo.
When he
Judo.
was in a movie set one time, he was being rude and he was
Yeah,
being
something happened, I
condescending
remember.
to everyone on the
On the set.
And one of I think it was the stunt guys. Like, okay, we'll fight a bit, this and that. So he put him in a chokehold, and he's like, I could get out of any chokehold, and to the point where he was about to pass out and he shit his pants.
Oh my god!
How the mighty have fallen.
These are stories you never hear about. There should be a movie.
Clearly, someone heard about them.
Well, yeah,
he
but you
did.
don't-
He did. I've heard about it.
Yeah, this guy is doing it.
Keep the camera on them. I want to check something over there.
How does Pantelis have the information?
Bring on the next news. Oh, I haven't. Someone told us on the podcast. Someone who knows him told us.
I think I know it from you. I'm hearing music.
Yeah, me too.
Continue
I heard something.
with the news, boys.
Okay.
Yeah, what's next? Now we just gotta talk to each other like this is fucking
this is
weird.
Yeah, this is fucking. I don't,
Man, you have giant hands.
I'm a giant man.
They're tubby fingers. Remember Tropic Thunder?
Yeah,
The movie?
yeah.
Remember
I
Tom
love
Cruise's fat hands?
Love the
That's how
role.
your hands look today.
Love the role.
They look a little swollen.
Yeah,
You should do something
maybe.
about that, George. We're retaining water. I also read that Justin Trudeau's government has
Oh, I
now
was gonna- wait,
officially
hold on.
banned TikTok on all federal devices.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay,
It's the
fine.
big news. But before that, let me.
That's the big news.
Dude, there's there's
on.
layers. There's
Okay.
layers to that
Like
story.
a Chinese onion.
An interesting proposition from here. This is in Quebec.
Yeah.
Interesting proposition coming from the opposition, where they are proposing for the government to look into the possibility of adopting a bill that would put a cap on interest charges, for example, for credit cards and that kind of stuff, and which is pretty interesting. Apparently, like credit card rates in France they never go above 10%, and over here we're usually around 20.
I was
more.
reading about this the other day. I don't know. Like, does that make sense?
That we're paying 20% or
No, but does it make sense? No, obviously it's crazy. But at the same time, you've entered into an agreement as an adult with a privately held entity
Yeah.
that says if you want us to give you this money, this is what the rate is.
Yeah.
So by doing that, by capping them, wouldn't that just doesn't that undermine free market capitalism completely?
Probably.
Like, capitalism isn't perfect, but
Well,
I like the idea
well,
of a free market with competition. Couldn't someone just come in who has a better rate and offer it to me? Why does the government need to get involved
Well,
here?
there has to be a line drawn somewhere. I mean, because at some point, like loan sharks,
Loan sharks are legal.
they're legal up to what? What is it? 60%, I think. Which is
60%.
no. When I heard that, I freaked
I
out.
don't know what the average going rate for Shylock
Loan
is.
sharks, I think,
better?
can legally.
No, it's the same. I'm sure. It's because you're trying to fix something on the output end that's happening on the
Vampire-ish.
input end.
No, I went to both.
But here looks the same to me.
Oh, good. That's me.
like a vampire.
No, you don't. But in real life, you don't.
Don't
You
say
don't.
that.
No,
You look great.
have a bit of.
You look rosy pink.
Thank you.
Do you want me to fix it? I can fix it in a few seconds.
Go.
Do
Speak
it,
with
do it.
George.
So yeah,
Rosy, in real life, you look rosy. Pink.
And I want to find out.
He looks like a vampire.
Here's how he looks here.
Yeah.
I love how we're doing this live.
No, go with there. You said that there. Just bring it up.
Turn it on and off.
Anyway,
keep
so
moving.
yeah, so credit card rates. There's a proposition from the opposition to explore the possibility of limiting.
Do I leave it on? Yeah, leave it on. You mean on or off?
That's why I yelled. That's why I yelled.
You said leave it off.
No, he didn't. That's why I yelled because I
Yeah.
heard him. Yeah.
So limiting the interest that we're charged, for example, from credit cards or
Like a new law to protect us.
yeah. So instead of the credit cards charging us like 20 or above, sometimes like to put some sort of cap, like past which the banks wouldn't be able to charge us. It's an interesting proposition, but going back to what Phil was saying, I mean, these are private businesses. Why would you meddle into their, you know what I mean? Like your Visa, for example,
Yeah.
you're allowed to do business, and these are the things you like. Phil was saying, you sign a contract. This is what it is. You have a credit card. You owe money. It's 19.
No, but we have laws against predatory lending.
Yeah,
That's
but
predatory.
but yeah, exactly. But that's accepted. So what rate can we play with?
That's what I'm saying. What rate is considered?
Because I think I've heard that loan sharks legally can charge up to 60% interest. I
Yeah,
think.
loan sharks are actually legal.
Yeah.
Not all, but
Yeah.
yeah. I knew loan sharks that it was like a legitimate company. They pay their taxes. They had everything on their books.
I worked for some.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed. It's your money. You could lend it out with interest
A bit better.
if you want. It's up to you, right? It's your money.
Yeah, it's true.
So anyway, so I just found that it was an interesting proposition. We'll see what happens with that. Lastly, before Phil gets here, and we
Nothing's
talk
gonna
about,
happen with that, by the way.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It was just it's a proposition to see if there's a possibility to study it and to make some sort of legislation out of it. Funny news in the National Post. Remember Gaddafi in Libya?
I loved him. Yeah.
Yeah. One of his old bodyguards is seeking refugee status here in
chick?
Canada.
One of the chicks.
No. That was his close detail. This guy apparently was a part-time bodyguard. He only he only served just a couple of times at certain events in the outer perimeters. The question now becomes, because it's reaching. I don't know if it's going to go to some superior court or whatever. But the debate now is, his wife got accepted, but because of the crimes against humanity.
Gaddafi's wife.
No, the bodyguard's wife. Because of the crimes against humanity, the debate is whether or not you did anything. The fact that you knew that this person was actually committing crimes against humanity and you worked for him, does that link you directly to them? And because of that, can you get refugee status in Canada?
So does that mean that we're all war criminals because we know about the U.S. blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline?
No, because you're not
allowing it to cause World War III and we're doing nothing about it.
You're not working for them.
Where were you before you came here?
Huh?
Where were you? You came in with deep, underlying aggression this morning.
Bro.
You're angry. Why are you so mad?
I saw a lot of what's going on, bro, and it's fucking pissing me off, bro.
What's going on?
It's a light morning show, bro.
Online. No, we got to make it a serious morning show. There's a lot of fuckery afoot with this World War III shit, bro. Mm-hmm. And then that piece of shit Zelensky yelling on the microphone saying, it's not enough the money you're sending. Now you got to start sending your daughters and your sons to come die here in the Ukraine. Go fuck yourself, bro. Go fuck yourself.
I think that's
you don't want peace. You don't want peace. That's what you said. You said I don't want peace. Fuck you. Then you do it. I'm not gonna fucking say.
I didn't see it that way. I saw it differently.
How did you see it, buddy?
Because the clip that I saw, he was, talking to a crowd and saying that, soon the Americans are going to be sending their people to die here. With us.
Why are you paraphrasing? He said, you could, if you want, we'll bring up the video. He didn't say.
We should bring up the video.
He literally said
the way
what
I
needs to
understood
happen.
it. Yeah, the way I understood it is because look, right now there's no boots on the ground.
No foreign boots.
So
There's a lot of boots on the ground, and there are foreign boots. We've sent foreign boots.
Yeah, but they're not
active.
They're not active.
They're mercenaries.
No, the
They're
troops
private contractors.
The troops that Canada, it's mostly training. They're not fighting. You don't see them.
We have that sniper that was on a podcast that talked about how many people
he went on his own. We're talking about the Canadian
by
Army
the Canadian government
or the American military actually on the ground shooting and fighting. That there's not there. They're there for training purposes because they have their tanks or they have their systems.
That seems like a technicality, but okay.
Why should they risk their lives?
So when I saw this clip, I was thinking.
Ukraine isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's another thing that came out. I don't know if you saw the Secretary General of NATO that came out and said eventually they will be down the line. Ukraine will become a NATO
NATO's
member.
just fucking around now.
But when I saw that, the only question mark that I had is, does he know something that we don't? That's kind of in the works for other countries' military to be actively engaged on the ground. Because so far there isn't.
Maybe he does.
Does he know something? Has he been promised something that perhaps he shouldn't have said and it came out?
Oh, is that what you're thinking?
So I'm thinking.
Which makes it even worse.
Of course it makes it worse, of course.
I think that's where public support for the Ukraine will end the second we start sending troops. I think that's because right now everyone's
internationally.
Internationally, public support for the Ukraine is starting to wane. It's the support was there because of how we start the story. We always start the story at Russia invaded.
Yeah.
We don't start the story at in 2014 the elections were basically rigged. We helped the Americans and the Canadians.
The Westerners.
So their democratically elected government could fall so we could get this guy. We don't talk about them shelling the regions that now Russia's taking where there's Russians. We don't talk about the Ukrainian army shelling those regions and then the Russians like, fuck, we gotta go protect them. We don't talk about that. It starts at them invading. We don't talk about what led up to it. So it's a fucked up way to start the story.
What I never understood was all the precursors to this invasion that where the Ukraine or the Ukraine and its allies or Western moving pieces in the Ukraine
were
the aggressors. Yeah. Why were they happening in the first place? That's what I never fully understood. Was it to just goad Russia? Or was there something else going on too?
No, well, there was a lot of money. Obviously, we know because of Biden and his son with those.
Not just the money, just
it's the most corrupt. It was the most corrupt country on the planet.
I understand that
they were making money, but the underlining thing,
but how does shelling the Russian region make you money indirectly or directly?
The shelling of the Russian region wasn't done directly to make money to the United States. That was part of the instability that was being caused. They just
that's all it was. That was the original piece.
Russia
toppling.
to attack.
Right. Okay.
Russia wasn't attacking.
So they were just goading Russia. Yeah.
They were attacking because they got the whole goal is.
I mean, that's as believable as the next theory because they're all theories. We don't have proof, right?
Yeah, we do.
Concrete proof.
Yeah, 20. If you want to bring it up, 2014, we're the ones who
beyond the shadow
election.
of a doubt. Not for the elections.
And they were bombing the regions. Yeah, this is all documented.
No. Concrete proof that was the end game.
We're seeing the end game right now.
I don't know. Maybe we're not in the end game yet. Like, I don't know.
Fight
what I'm
Russia.
but maybe there's more. There's more. I'm trying to figure out, like, where's this end? Where are we leading it to?
But we've known this. We've known this is
It doesn't
declassified.
look like
This
it's
has
going
been
to end
America's
anytime
stance.
soon either.
This has been America's stance since the Cold War.
Yeah.
It's not new. Since the Cold War, we've been trying to destroy them. It's not. It's nothing new.
I never understood why they still wanted to destroy them after the Cold War.
They're
They'd be a good ally.
Because they're powerful.
They're
If those
powerful,
two
yeah.
powerful allies in the 80s got together,
I don't
in the
think,
90s, whatever.
I don't think you understand what the military-industrial complex is and how much money they make.
I do understand.
We're talking about trillions, and these are different organizations. And their
I
own
know.
president, bro, fucking Eisenhower, warned everyone of this shit, and we're still fucking doing it. He had a fucking his whole speech before he left office was about this.
Yeah.
It's getting
Obvious. It's become obvious.
Not only
become
that,
a-
I mean, it's also getting scary. I mean, with the things that happened, the developments last week, where Putin pulled out of the nuclear proliferation treaty with the U.S.
As if that was actually
And
protecting
they never
anything.
adhered. I just found out Ukraine never adhered. Do you remember they had that Minsk treaty? So they never
The
adhered to it.
Minsk
Yeah, the Minsk Accord.
Accord, yeah.
They never actually abided by it because they were shelling those fucking regions, which they weren't supposed to. They've been trying to push, and I'm not saying Russia's the good guy because I don't agree. Fuck, it does suck to say you shouldn't defend yourself. I'm not saying they shouldn't defend themselves, but I don't agree with them taking over anyway. However, the fact that you fucking poke this bear for so long and then they finally do it, and then we're like, how did that happen?
Bad guys. Bad guys.
Yeah. It's like you just poke, and somebody slaps you.
What really
and then
piss-
you're like, look at this fucking
What
guy slapping
irritates me the most
It's
is
too much.
what we're saying now. The average internet user would be like, look at these fucking hard right conservatives.
Oh no, these are left wing positions, and it's super.
But they are left. That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
are left wing positions.
Yeah.
But most people would just categorize this conversation as that, and then
Yeah,
post the
because the-
Ukrainian flag in their Facebook profile.
Yeah, because
but
the left now turned into very pro-war.
I don't think they realized it.
Yeah, I
though.
don't even think the right is anti-war. I don't know who's anti-war anymore. When I was growing up, the left was anti-war. Now
I feel
don't know.
anti-war.
I am, man. That's why I'm saying this is fucking crazy, especially when you offer peace and the guy's like, fuck it. Okay, so at this point, fuck off. I'm not going to risk my life or my kid's life because you don't want peace.
Yeah.
Because if you're fucking ideological,
I've said
shit,
this so
fuck
many
outta here.
times on the morning show that I really miss the good old days when I knew who the bad guys were, even though I wasn't around yet. It was obvious. You know what I mean? Like now, who's the bad guy here? It seems like everyone's the bad guy.
The bad guy is the puppet masters, but the bad guy
But it's
has
NATO.
no face.
It's a faceless bad guy. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's a whole. So the fact that they make their livelihood and their money, and also we're in a weird dichotomy right now on the world stage because we have organizations that they thrive off more war, more conflict. That's how they make money. They all make money. The defense contract, they all make money. But then you also have ideologues. You have, like, let's say the World Economic Forum with that Klaus Schwab. Them, they also, it's not just about money. Them, they have their ideology of what they want the world to be. You know,
Yeah.
this epic socialist communist thing where you don't own anything in the state. So you have these things combining. So you have you have a religious force, which is we have to do this is how it should be. And then you have we got to do this, bro. That's how we make our money.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to fight against this. And also, they control the media. That's the other fucked up thing is that the media is all bought and paid for. So now you're at a place where you can't, unless you
Yeah.
try to look, you're never
But
going to know what's happening.
Even if you
it
try
also feels
sometimes.
it also feels that the pendulum is kind of swinging, which usually takes about 15 to 20, 10, 15ish years there. You have a huge growth in conservatism, and when you're talking about the media, there's also a huge growth right now of other independent and online sources.
Yeah, but
which obviously the traditional media is kind of fucking fighting, right?
They're fighting, but some of the problem with the online sources is, again, if you get ideologues.
And you know what else? Sorry, there are more and more independent journalists on the ground, and I follow the news, and it's surprising. It is surprising because we haven't really seen this very much, where you have the mainstream media resorting to these independent journalists
yeah.
on the ground to get more accurate news than their own teams, which usually they're located somewhere safe and they're just reporting
Okay,
what
but
they
you're
hear.
just talking about boots on the ground. But the actual story, the narrative, and mainstream media,
No,
we
the
never hear
narrative-
the real story. We never hear the real. Look at what's happening with Trudeau.
Which part?
You saw that with CSIS when CSIS.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
I want to hear about this.
Yeah. Well, just to finish
Now
up,
it's
Yeah.
bothering me.
we're coming.
Your camera's better than ours now. It's pissing me off.
no, it's just the guy that's
No,
captured.
it's me. It's me.
He's just glowing today.
No. You look you're like an Apollonian figure now. Like you
Apollonian.
look like an Olympian.
Anyways,
I'm very upset with all this stuff. I'm very upset with all this stuff happening because people are falling for it, and it's stuff that's. They
People are
taught
not
us in
falling
school.
for it. They
I
fell
learned
for it
about it.
already.
I learned about it in university about the military-industrial complex. I know what they're up to, and then there's people my age or even younger, sometimes older, that don't see the game, And they're pro-war, even, dude, you want to hear something fucked up about the media? So right now it's fucking coming out, something that we were saying for 2 years about the lab leak. The lab leak, it used to be racist to say that it came
Oh, the
from
thing
that
you
lab.
sent yesterday, the Wuhan.
Yeah, so then what are they doing now? They're like, yeah, so it looks like, so the people that were perpetuating that it's racist if you say that, the people that are saying that it's fake.
That I never
Bill
understood.
Gates, who said that that's not true, and he's on video talking about it a year ago, that's not true, it came from a bat fucking or whatever, we're blaming the
It was,
pangolins, all that.
Pangolin, yeah.
Guys, like, and then it's just swept on the rug. Yeah, I know it's cool. Just do what I'm telling you. But you've been bullshitting for 2 fucking years. Because if you look at who's behind that shit,
not
Fauci
e-
should get fucking.
Fucking forget even the bullshit. It's like, okay, fine. You didn't do it on purpose. Sure, let's pretend that we believe that for a second, that you just
You didn't do it
know.
on purpose, but the way this got out,
you've
the
been
research
wrong.
that you've done over there is illegal here.
Yeah,
it's
and
illegal.
you've been wrong
So you exported it
for
out
3
there.
years. You've
and
been
then
wrong.
The guy who was one of the guys that was behind funding this, our boy Fauci, was also in charge. I don't like it when the people who set the fire are also tasked with putting out the fire. It fucking,
And preventing future fires.
It fucking bothers me, bro. This is a huge conflict, and we don't talk about it. This is huge. We stopped the world for 2 years, and we don't talk about this. Is crazy conflict.
It's interesting because that opens the door to what's happening with CSIS right now.
We're
go.
just waiting in the
Bring up
wings.
CSIS.
He just wants to talk about CSIS.
No,
This
but
isn't
no,
even
but
a
this
real
is-
news show, and this is the only place you're gonna get legit news until they kill us.
But this is huge, and I feel like
wanna
this
die?
is probably one of the rare times where Justin Trudeau is really boxed in. If he survives this, honestly, he was fucking made in a lab. Like I don't know what else
No,
to
if
say.
he survives this, which he will, people are dumb.
I don't know about that, man. Because
those
I'm
things are
suspecting-
possible.
I wouldn't be surprised if next week, because the Parliament is not in session this week.
Did you hear about this, Poseidon? It's gonna be the first you hear about this. You're not gonna be happy.
Oh god.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a vote of confidence next week at some point.
A vote of no confidence.
Well, yeah, well, it's
He's
obviously
gonna
be
get,
no-
anyways.
Hold on, listen to this.
Because
Let-
yeah,
let-
get to the fucking
we
point.
spoke about this a couple weeks ago when I told you that there was a story in the Global News that was
The global news.
Global
okay.
had brought out this story a couple weeks ago about the Chinese consulate in Toronto involved in some elaborate
can
scheme
protect my brain.
on paying off and sending money to different liberal candidates to support their campaigns. So that was a big story, and obviously it was
It's
kind
called
of
election fraud.
Yeah.
And it's also international election fraud. It's
it was
illegal because
pushed under the
foreign-
rug.
Not fraud. There's another word for it. It's tampering.
Yeah, election interference.
Interference.
Oh,
yeah.
by the way,
Foreign
just side note before we continue, both the United States and the American election, the parties that have been yelling
The
about
United States and the American election.
sorry, the United States and the Canadian,
Oh, okay.
the last elections, both the parties that were complaining about election interference were
the
the
ones that
parties that
interfered.
have been caught tampering.
Yeah.
Well, it's always like that.
Go on.
So that came out a
You're
couple
hot
weeks ago.
today, though.
I'm fucking hot today because it's the truth. I'm giving you guys the truth. Whether you like it or not, that's what's fun. That's reality.
It came out a couple weeks ago. We mentioned
Twitter
it.
murders have gotten you wrong.
Yeah, and I saw 3 murders on
What do you
Twitter
mean?
this
Like
week.
live?
Live murders. I
Yeah,
saw
they
people
were
get shot in the
they were
fucking head,
filming
bro.
it. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who? Pissing me off about how stupid people are, huh?
Some homeless guy apparently.
Well,
yeah.
the homeless guy was yesterday. The homeless guy, bro.
Why are you watching these
one-
things?
huh?
Why are you watching?
I can't even. I had a hard time watching that because
didn't
you know
watch
what's coming. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this.
Yeah, it was. And then the other guy, it was almost the same thing. The Arab guy in the story, he's there with his son, and then the guy's cocking. He's waiting. He's cocking, and then bam, right in the head, right in front of his little kid's son.
I saw that.
Yeah, like so. I'm like, you know what? Fucking people are. That's why I'm just saying the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck people.
So a couple weeks ago, that story breaks out. They
Yeah.
they shove it under the rug, and I remember saying, like, guys, this is probably just the beginning. They've been working on something. Like, I can't wait to see what comes out. So it reached the point where CSIS, which is the security agency here in Canada,
It's
could
our
not.
FBI, I guess, or CIA.
CIA,
yeah.
Our
They-
FBI or the
It's
mountain.
our
Yeah,
NSA,
they-
actually, I think. I
We
think
don't
that's-
really have an NSA, sadly.
I think the CSIS would be the closest thing.
It's the closest thing.
Because they don't really have operatives the way the CIA does.
They do.
It's-
No,
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They have
Really?
guys on the ground. Yeah, yeah.
I looked at their job postings this week. Nothing good.
If they ever hired you, I would fucking die.
Honestly, hiring me, it would be the smartest move they could ever make.
Yeah.
I
So-
tour. I'm international. I fucking know how to sneak in.
It's
I
the
speak
perfect
multiple
cover. Yeah,
languages.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm the fucking dude, bro.
So, anyways, so CSIS got fucking pissed apparently because the information they had was being rejected continuously by Justin Trudeau's cabinet.
This is our intelligence. It is so
Yeah,
fucking
exactly. So they did what any logical body does. They leaked it to the media. They're like, you know what? Fuck you.
Fuck
Here,
you, yeah.
take it. Immediately, Justin Trudeau comes out and says, we need to find this whistleblower. Go fuck yourself, dude. Whistleblowers are protected in Canada. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Bro, they caught him, and right away the commies like, fuck, 9 off, take him off.
So, yeah, and we're going to get to
They
the
slipped
story.
into German there.
They're the same.
And we're going to get to what the story is, but
great.
I just want to make a little parenthesis here on Justin Trudeau because immediately he came out and said there's nothing that was done to affect the results, and anyone that goes into this discourse is racist towards Chinese.
I hate this man
I
so
hate
much.
this
Right
man.
away, right
I hate
away.
this
Fuck.
man.
I hate
So
him
this is
so
the story
much.
now.
What?
Yeah. So this is
So
the story.
basically, there's fuckery afoot.
We
He
know
said-
about the fuckery.
Now, the fucker foot is not some guy in a basement that figured out.
Yeah.
It's our CIA. That's like, bro, this is illegal. You're fucking
shouldn't be
around.
doing this,
This
yes.
is the story. So
and
this
he
is-
came out and said, and this is the intelligence committee. This is not random people in the basement. And he goes, if you repeat this, you're a racist. That's his defense. The defense he's been using for years. If you don't get vaccinated, you're racist. If you don't like me, you're racist.
You're misogynist.
If you're a woman, if
You're
you don't,
racist.
yeah, if you're a woman, you're racist. All that
Yeah,
stuff.
so this is the story. Back in 2019, there was a convention to select the candidate in the riding of fuck, I don't know. It's in Toronto somewhere.
Okay.
Toronto.
Don Valley North. So this is a safe liberal seat. Okay. And there was one of the aspiring candidates whose name is Han Dong, obviously of Chinese descent.
You don't say.
And what happened was that,
Han to Dong.
and this
Han
has
to
been
Dong.
this has been proven. They have all this documentation. This is the CSIS has this, where the Chinese consulate in Toronto loaded buses of Chinese seniors
Yeah.
to go to the convention and vote for him.
And
They-
gamble.
But hold on. Senior Chinese people love conventions, love buses.
And gambling.
Right now, exactly.
Yeah.
They could have thought they were going to casino. Right now, I haven't heard anything
So they
suspicious.
loaded up buses. They're like, "You're going there," and we knew that this was fixed because it's been reported that a lot of these people, on their hand, they had written out the guy's name. Here's who you're voting for. Go. Now
I'm saying one thing.
They
Even though
found-
it's not appreciated, I appreciate the hustle.
they found.
I do.
They
They
found.
couldn't at least write it in fucking Chinese characters so we couldn't read it.
Yeah, maybe it was in Chinese, and they're like,
maybe.
"What
Yeah.
does it say in
CSIS
Chinese?"
should be
Why do
able
you
to
have
read that.
1990s white guy tattoos on your arms?
Oh my god, what a great fucking
Yeah,
oh,
everyone, like all 400 of them had it. No,
No, he didn't get it. The joke. He didn't get the joke.
okay,
It's
it's
okay.
okay.
Go on.
no, I know those retarded
that-
tattoos.
yeah, we used to always have them. We had Chinese
I know
lettering.
what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
okay.
And they all wrote dong on it. They're like, I don't think the tattoo artist was honest with you.
Yeah. And they found all these foreign students, all these Chinese foreign students, and they threatened them that they were going to revoke their visa if they weren't going to go there to vote for this guy.
How can someone with a
Trudeau,
visa? Wait,
fan
hold on.
of
Hold on.
democracy.
So here's
Hold
the
on.
question.
How can someone with a visa vote?
Because here's the thing. You're not voting in an election where you need to be a Canadian citizen. You're voting in a nomination in a convention of the Liberal Party where you don't need to be a
You
Canadian
don't need to be a fucking Canadian citizen to nominate a.
No. To be a member of the party.
That doesn't make any sense.
Sure it does.
No, George, it doesn't. That makes zero
Look,
sense.
I'm with you. It doesn't. However, it does, he says.
I mean, that's how.
Okay, George, it does.
But it's always been like that. You don't need
No,
to
it's
be a
always been.
Canadian
He's
citizen.
not saying because it's always
I'm
been
not
it's
saying
right.
it's right or wrong that it's existed. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. We shouldn't allow that.
I mean, look.
I don't even think
Like, I
women
know
should
you're a
vote.
member of PASOK, or you at least used to
Paso,
be.
what are you fucking retarded, Paso? What's
The
wrong with you?
Demokratia?
fuck?
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Like, I've
nothing.
heard of that in, like, Canadians of Greek descent being members, but I'm like, why?
I mean,
we don't
side-
live there.
Side note, because of my algorithm, all I get for the past week and a half is commercials in Greek
Yeah.
about how it's my duty, even though I'm away from Greece, to vote.
Yeah, I've been getting those.
Once, twice, 3 times. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you could vote. You better vote.
Yeah.
I get those, and you might have ADHD videos. That's all I've been getting
Funny.
lately.
No, so
I've
because
been
it
getting
also works
sexy dwarves.
because it works.
But I shouldn't vote.
No, because it
You
works like that.
don't live there. You have
I
no.
don't live
Yeah,
there.
you have no
I
skin in the
shouldn't
game.
vote. Yeah.
But it works like that even provincially. You don't need to be a
I'm not saying-
citizen
I'm not
to be a
arguing.
member of the party. It's a party. It's a political party. Anyone can be a member of the party.
arguing
And
that
as a
doesn't
member,
make
you have
sense.
these rights that you can vote. In any
is
case,
crazy.
that's what's happening. So the people are wondering, but they're not Canadian citizens. How can they vote? Well, it's
matter.
not. They're not voting in a national election.
Okay, para
They're
acá.
voting in a party convention. So that's what happened. They loaded the fucking convention center with Chinese people, and they
Oh,
voted
that
for
was,
this
that was
man.
quick. Because if you're going to go for the shortened version, we would have had trouble. Go on.
So he wins the convention. CSIS approaches the party and says, "Listen, this is what we have for that
Suspicious.
during that convention." They tell him it's nonsense. Everything was done according to rules. They didn't go back on it. They kept him there. He won the election, obviously.
So he won the nomination and the election.
Yeah, he won his nomination. He became the official candidate, and in 2019 election, he ran.
You know, I'm thinking of what you just
won.
said, and
Yeah.
honestly, none of it based on the fact that you don't even need to be Canadian to be a member of the party to vote
shit
for this
show.
nomination. None of it sounds inherently illegal. Suspicious.
Oh, it's super illegal.
Yes.
Foreign,
Suspect.
because it was the
Okay, so-
yeah, a
so
foreign
Who
body.
were these people who
So
were
wait.
brought by buses? Were they also paid?
No, but they were brought by. They might have been paid, but they were brought by the.
It was the consulate, the Chinese consulate.
that's why it's
that
super
organized
Oh, I
this.
missed that. Okay, yeah, that's fucking sketchy.
But
Yeah,
wait,
okay.
Can't
My
do
bad.
that, bro. That's
My bad,
insane.
my bad,
But
my
wait,
bad.
it
It's
gets
insane that they have the balls to do it so like blatantly.
Blatantly, yeah.
it gets even more
Well, there's
interesting.
more.
Yeah.
Well,
Bro,
this has
keep your
been-
hats on. I'm fucking.
Yeah, this is impressive.
So this has been going on even before 2019. They had suspicions. That's why they were looking at these things, right? And that's how in 2019 they actually got sufficient evidence to bring it to Justin Trudeau. Apparently, from what the CSIS says, they've been rejecting our request to look into it more seriously.
How do you reject CSIS? Go on.
Like you're fucking.
He's amazing.
Your intelligence director comes to you with information that there's foreign interference in your election. You're like, nonsense,
Yeah.
dude. What the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
busy
nonsense?
right now. Can't
So
you see?
Because
anyway,
he's the one that was fucking
So after
being
that report,
investigated.
but listen to this. So after that report came out a couple of weeks from Global, there was an internal committee that was called in Parliament to study this. So this is not an independent inquiry. This is a committee of parliamentarians looking into this thing. All right, and there's a report that came out. There's a report that was just handed over. Apparently, it's going to be made public in the next couple of days. And the person that's
Can't even get through it.
the person that is signing this report, give me 1 second. Let me get his name over here. This is where it gets really like, dude, fuck off. Call a public inquiry. His name is Morris Rosenberg. So Mr. Morris Rosenberg, he's the one that is, kind of chairing this
Controlling the
committee,
weather,
and
yeah.
he signed the report saying that.
He's an employee of CSIS or
Hold
no?
on, no. This is the guy that they got to make the report of this committee, right? To let us know if there was interference or not. You know what I mean?
I'm just
This
asking,
is a
like,
res-
who
I'll
is
tell you
he
right now.
exactly? Yeah.
This was, quote unquote, respected public civil servant.
Okay.
He was the sous-ministre in Foreign Affairs, Health
The
Canada,
sub-minister. The
sus-minister.
Yeah, this guy is not elected official. He runs the department, right?
Okay, all right.
So this
He's
is
a
what he
civil
was. And
servant,
when
okay.
he retired, get this, he was named director of the Trudeau Foundation. Now, the Trudeau Foundation is something that Trudeau's father established to collect money and to give it out.
Which I assume
to different
Trudeau
causes.
still benefits from.
No, Trudeau, ever since he got elected, he kind of.
But until he got elected, he was involved in
he
it.
was kind of involved. It was his
Okay.
dad's foundation. That's fine.
So he knows Rosenberg.
He obviously he knows him. Now so this is what happened. There was a call that was monitored between him and a top Chinese diplomat,
God damn it.
telling him to donate to the Trudeau Foundation, and
He was telling the Chinese guy.
yeah, and the Chinese diplomat said no problem. I think it was like something like $1 million to the Trudeau Foundation.
What's $1 million?
And we know from that call that he was going to get reimbursed by the Chinese Foreign Affairs Department for that donation that he was going to make to the Trudeau Foundation. And this is the guy that comes out
guy,
in the
yeah.
report saying nothing wrong has been done.
So we found this is the chink in Trudeau's armor if things go properly, right? Like this is the one thing that has to stick, right? Because there's so much evidence. It's no longer
amazing.
right.
That's amazing.
This is a smoking, right?
There you fucking
Am I wrong?
You
This
clever
one-
bastard.
This
You're
one is
fucking
obvious. This one broke through. This
spot
one,
on.
this broke through the armor because
Yeah,
now there's
you got
evidence.
it.
There's CSIS.
Yep.
There's phone calls that were tapped, right?
You had it in the first metaphor.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He is a traitor. I don't understand how his assets aren't freezed and he's not fucking exiled, bro.
Who? Trudeau.
Trudeau. Fucking bro.
We don't exile
We don't
anymore.
exile. He should be in prison, yes, but we don't exile.
Guys,
We should
you have-
exile him.
li-
We
maybe
should
we
bring
should.
him back just
Maybe
for
we
him.
should.
But listen to this, guys. So you have first of all,
that was amazing, his
as soon
chink
as
in the
as soon
armor.
as they saw that report
Don't
signed,
repeat it. You ruined it now.
as soon as they got this information about this guy in the call, and he's like, wait, this guy's in charge of the fucking report, automatically discredits everything, and everyone's been calling for a public inquiry. Guy Saint-Jacques was the former Canadian ambassador to China. He's been calling for a public inquiry. You have
But it's the
Hold on a
public
second.
inquiry is still being headed by Rosenberg.
he's still there. Yeah, he's
No one thought, hey, this is suspicious. We should remove him.
Yeah, like
Okay.
So Justin Trudeau's
It
like,
was
no,
super. They should be like, this is illegal. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I'll tell you-
What's the winter version of a banana republic? Because that's what we are.
yeah.
We're a maple republic.
We're a
Maple
yeah.
Republic.
That seems
Maple Syrup
Yeah.
Republic.
Yeah, Maple Syrup Republic.
So you have
I
him
like it.
requesting a public inquiry. You have the CSIS's former chief, director Richard Fadden requesting a public inquiry. You have the former director general of Canadian elections, Jean-Pierre Kingsley, who says we need a fucking public inquiry. Jerry Butts, who was who was the deputy chief of staff to
Also,
Justin
side
Trudeau.
note, one of the most disgusting human beings on the planet. Go
The
on.
guy who kind of orchestrated
Gerald Butts?
the
I don't
guy,
remember
that, the guy that pretty much
Disgusting.
orchestrated the whole We scandal
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and resigned
Disgusting
after that.
human being, yeah.
He came out and said, we need a public inquiry on this. Like,
Why-
this is
why
not
is he
normal.
talking?
Hey, he's a
he
piece
does a
of
lot.
shit.
No, he doesn't. No, but he does a lot of commenting and stuff. That he's still.
Still got to make a living now that
yeah,
they
he's
took away
still
the
very
weed
much
charity.
on
It's
Yeah.
very trash.
So
The Bloc
House,
Québécois, the
Obviously.
NDP have requested a public inquiry.
the NDP too.
The NDP as
Oh,
well.
shit.
So the Conservative Party right now, because let's just mention
Wait,
one
they
thing.
haven't requested an
Well,
inquiry.
the truth is that the Conservative Party has been yelling that there's Chinese interference since 2016, 17. Our buddy has been public in the media for so long about this. But
PP.
what they're saying is that, look, there's a committee right now. Can we at least wait to see what's going to come out of it? Even though I think this committee is useless now. Fuck the committee.
I like
shut
their
it down,
position.
shut it down. Do a public inquiry.
Which
and
is
that's it.
position we don't do much.
When is Sugar Shack back in session? Like when are they going back?
Next on Monday.
Yeah.
So they're off this
Okay.
week.
They're
So-
off this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be no sugar shacking this week.
Are we going to pay less taxes?
No, we pay the same because they get off pay, their vacation pay.
What are you talking about?
Why are we paying if they're not working?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Anyways,
Call me.
so
I really like that Maple Republic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
with the
I don't know what Maple Republic.
It sounds
there's
too
gotta be-
honorable.
Yeah, there's gotta
everyone
be
now,
another word.
Maple syrup Republic.
everyone now is requesting
long.
Katie Telford to come into the committee. Katie Telford is Justin's chief of staff from the very beginning, so there's no way that she has no idea.
Sugar
First
shack
of all, she sees
democracy.
every letter that comes in. Whatever
Drop
whatever
this phone.
request may have come in from CSIS, she's obviously aware of it. Why have they been ignoring it? We don't know. Justin Trudeau's response to it, number one, was to call everyone racist that refers to this. Number two was to ban TikTok from being used by the parliamentarians and civil servants. Like, this is your answer?
Hold on. You guys are going to call me out for doing illegal shit? No more dances for you. No more goofy
Well,
dances.
because on TikTok now, there's been like, if you want to share like information, it's been spreading like wildfire, like the real shit.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
No, Twitter exists. I don't think that's why he did it.
No. Look, TikTok, first of all, some of the news I've seen on TikTok, I had left TikTok for a long time. I went back a couple months ago just to see what all the hubbub is about. Nonsense. Even my sister
Oh,
gives
no.
me news from Twitter. I'm like, from TikTok, I'm like, is that verified?
But nobody-
the thing
I'll-
on Twitter
I'll
is if you
cross-reference.
click, there's a reference link. Maybe you can go read something.
Yeah.
There's more. TikTok, one guy told you, and that's that. Like,
I think I got what happened.
ever since
He didn't realize that only he cares about TikTok. He's like, you no longer get to look at these sexy kids dancing, and everyone's like, yeah, we don't care. That's
You know what's fucked up?
oh, is it right? But no, it doesn't bother you.
You know what's fucked up
Me
about
neither.
TikTok?
That's cool. That's what he pulled.
Ever since I worked with, I won't name the company and I won't name the country of origin because it'll be really obvious, but an Asian powerhouse multinational tech corporation.
Oh, Huawei.
We're not guessing the name. I worked with one of these companies on a side project.
Oh, I know exactly
and
what it is.
they told me, don't fucking let TikTok as an app anywhere near your work. Like, if you're on an air-gapped fucking device that doesn't have any of your personal information and isn't connected to any of your other accounts, sure, you can look at some sexy titties. But if it's anywhere near your business, your private information, delete that shit. Because they didn't, and they have a massive social media presence, they don't have a TikTok account. And this is an Asian company. Like
I have
neighboring.
uninstalled.
What?
I haven't opened it in my new phone, but I uninstalled just in case.
Just now?
Yeah.
You had it installed?
But I hadn't opened it yet because it's my new phone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah?
I never opened the app, but it was installed, so I just uninstalled it.
Even if it's installed, the second you agree to download it, it has access.
No, but now it's uninstalled is what I'm saying.
Now it's gone, yeah. But now it has whatever it has. So it's going to be sending you, it's going to know that this guy potentially voting in the Greek elections. That's all
Oh,
it's
nice.
going to know.
Okay.
Did you ever fix your issue with your phone?
This guy's got a mean cock. No, it's a brand new one.
So
Why is it so mean? Why isn't it pleasant?
Yeah. So anyway, so back to this story. I mean, this is obviously very serious. Justin Trudeau has been avoiding any questions on it. Basically, he's been saying that nothing has been done during the elections that may have altered the result.
Except for all the things that we just mentioned and we have documented.
But besides those, everything's above board.
Yeah, the fact that the Chinese consulate, from the report that came out, and I'm just curious to know what else is going to come up, because remember a couple weeks ago, like, there's something fishy. This is the tip of the iceberg. They're probably going to be releasing a little something.
It feels like a
every
really
week, you know.
poorly written. Who's the guy who writes Jack Ryan?
Clancy.
Yeah,
Tom Clancy.
Clancy. Yeah, I like Clancy. better.
Tom Clancy.
This feels like a really poorly written copy of a Tom Clancy spycraft
Racist.
novel.
That's racist.
It's a racist.
Racist.
Tom Clancy's so white.
Racist, misogynistic, transphobic, phobic. He's like a robot that's breaking down Trudeau.
Yeah. So, but the fact that we have now information that
Justin
suggests
Trudeau, have you had lunch today? Racist. Just like
the
Fat shamer.
because the CSIS were very, very specific in, apparently from what we find out, that the consulate, the Chinese consulate in Toronto was very specific in targeting ridings that the Liberal Party could win over the Conservative Party to secure a Liberal minority government. And that's exactly what happened, right? Yeah. They fucking...
What is that?
I'll send it.
Send it to me too. I want to draw on it.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and that's exactly what happened. I honestly think that this next week up in Ottawa is going to be crucial. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this week or Monday, in preparation of what probably is to come, there will be some more information leaked.
All of this is going to go right under a Chinese rug.
You know what? I don't think so. I don't think so. I exchanged some messages today with our friend up in the Senate, and I told him, dude,
The last king of Sparta?
the last king of Sparta.
Jesus.
And I don't know. They're a vote of non-confidence is going like he has minority.
do you
The
remember-
opposition can completely annihilate them right now.
Do you remember Siemens Gate, the scandal?
Is that in Greece?
Yeah, in Greece.
Yeah.
It was a European scandal. It wasn't just Greece. Everyone was involved.
Yeah.
You remember it though, right? This is how it leaked. It was a similar situation to this, where something came out, then they had an inquiry, and the inquiry was corrupt. And then someone else was like, "Well, these guys were involved in the thing they're investigating. What are you setting up? I see your eyes;
No,
they're
I'm just
glowing."
laughing because I'm thinking what's gonna happen is they're gonna take him down. Pierre Poilievre is gonna take over, and then he's gonna take the podium. He's gonna rip off his mask and be like, "Oh, hello."
It's not even a mask. It's just
You're like, God damn it, they got us.
they got it again. Son of a bitch. This is a great
funny.
fucking.
That's a great
Oh my
sketch.
god.
Yo, that's a fucking great.
No, but you see, it's the opposite because the Chinese don't want a conservative government. They've been,
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why they
Yeah.
were like really behind. Like, of course they don't want it, bro.
Oh shit! Let me. Okay, wait. Something else because I forgot to mention this. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Because this candidate, Hang Dong.
It seems fake. I'm sorry. Hang on.
Hold on, because there was a.
Surprised he didn't anglicize his name.
Hand to Don.
No, like, you would change
Hank
it.
Don. Hank Don.
Did I fucking
Instead of Hang Dong.
No, just change.
Dong.
You could keep a Han.
Henry Hong.
Just change the dong.
Yeah. Change it to like cock or something.
Even dongaroo, yeah.
Dungaroo.
Dunkaroo. It's Dunkaroos.
because in an article that I read, hold on a second.
Tell us about the article you read, George.
Ah,
I'm just
yes.
drawing on Trudeau's face here.
No, because there were certain occasions in the House where they had to vote on, different things regarding the Uyghurs, for example,
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
the what?
the Uyghurs
I know.
in China,
Yeah.
and so the
Feels so
National
empty
Post.
without them.
By
The
the way,
National,
a
it's
side
very
note,
interesting what they did because while everyone is talking about Chinese interference and all that stuff, the National Post went and looked at his voting records in Parliament, and surprisingly, he was.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So simple.
and surprisingly, he was
Other
absent. He was
asleep.
absent during these votes. But here, there's an example
So
over here.
great. Is my mic on?
So he missed twice. Twice he missed parliamentary votes declaring Beijing's treatment of Muslim Uyghurs as a genocide. So isn't that suspicious? On 2 or 3 occasions, every time the vote came up to kind of criticize China or their government on the treatment towards the Muslim Uyghurs, he was absent. He didn't vote. But he had
Suspicious.
voted. Yeah, but he had voted on previous stuff right before that and right after. So right in the middle, he goes, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm not there to vote." And
This is Trudeau.
No, this is the guy, Hang
Dong.
Dong.
Oh, hang on.
Hang
yeah.
Dong.
Hang
So,
Dong.
and in addition to that, you don't really need to be present right
Hold
now.
on, I'm gonna go take care of some business.
In addition to this, you don't need to be present in the
I
house
wish you had
anymore
told me you were
because
going to leave. I would have gone to pee.
no, we're gonna sign off soon. In addition to this, I mean, you don't really need to be present anymore in the house because of COVID. What happened is that they created an app allowing the MPs to vote from wherever they want.
So he's still not voting, even
And
though he
he
can
still
just
has-
vote.
and
He
he
can
still-
vote from the shitter.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to not be angry. I don't know what to make of it anymore because I feel like anytime we talk about this kind of stuff, people end up. You know what? I understand why he got so angry. Sitting on this side of the room, first of all, seeing Poseidon in your peripherals and having this like all this in front of you, you're just angry. People would. Okay, let me phrase this properly. Let me be careful in how I say this.
Yes.
Okay. People who don't regularly watch this channel, this show,
Yeah.
who would just tune in the middle of that conversation, would be like, conspiracy theories. But the sad truth is, if you truly believe that everything you just said, which was all facts you pulled from the mainstream media, is a conspiracy theory, there's something very wrong with your mind. You're so deep in the hole, you don't even understand what's happening anymore. And I think that is the case for most people because they don't separate their politics from their feelings and their feelings from the facts and the facts from what the news tells them, right? So like it's all one big circle jerk of
Yeah.
if you don't support Trudeau, the only other option is the racist nerd. You know, like stuff like that. And I have to support the NDP because they have a brown guy and my white guilt makes me feel like I have to. Like all this nonsense, when it's pretty straightforward. You look at what the country's going through, you look at what we need, you look at what to do. Look at the fucking economy. It flatlined. It literally flatlined. Okay? And then you have CTV coming out and saying, well, at least it didn't go down. Shut the fuck up. What are you going to do? You're going to talk about the decreasing rates that the Quebec government wants to do for credit cards.
Yeah.
You're going to interfere with private businesses, fuck their bottom lines up too. That doesn't make any sense. You want to fix the problem? Do what's best for everyone. But that's not what they want to do because if they wanted to fix things for all of us easily, they would just lower taxes by 1%. Even if it was for a year only. And all of a sudden, our GDP is flatlined. We're not producing anything. We don't have workers because the jobs we do have suck. We don't produce anything, so all those industry jobs are gone. Like, not industry, but manufacturing, that kind of stuff. We don't do that anymore. There's no incentive to create a big business in Canada anymore unless you're offshoring your money because the government will take half of it and waste it on nonsense like this.
Yeah.
Public inquiries into things they already know the truth about.
The other interesting thing in
nonsense.
this situation, at least is what I've noticed, you know that argument that everybody's been playing into that the media is so biased towards Justin Trudeau and they're protecting him and they're calling out the Conservatives as a threat and as the enemy.
It's nonsense, all of it.
What happened this week, in my sense, the way I understand it, and even if it were true, right? Like, let's say, for example, CBC or even the Globe and Mail. I mean, I remember conservatives always arguing, "Oh, fuck, they have them in the pocket. You can't even argue anymore. The fucking articles are garbage. You know, why are you defending Justin Trudeau?" What we're seeing now is that even there in the media, where people would think that they're very pro-liberal, it even seems on that front that the liberals are running out of
It breaks
gas.
my fucking heart that our public broadcaster, which I have no issue with a public broadcaster. I think
Every
once
country
upon a
has
time,
one, but
not every country
except
has
the
one.
US, yeah.
The
US does.
They have
PBS,
PBS,
yeah.
but it's different. But I mean public in the sense that it's state funded, right? Yes, that could easily lead into a propaganda machine for a corrupt government. But realistically, the idea of a public broadcaster, which is paid by our taxes to give us content that's important,
Exactly.
like maybe they just shouldn't be doing news. Maybe they should be doing different kinds of content, right? Promoting Canadian artists and that kind of stuff, which they do to some extent. But like, even there, they're failing. So at this point, like, fucking get rid of it. I don't care. And that breaks my heart to say that. Like, as someone who grew up believing the CBC was this interesting entity that did so much for the arts, I don't think that's the case anymore. But you're right. I see them because, like, you watch a guy shoot a guy, but no one else saw it, but they suspect him, you can lie about it a few times.
Yeah.
But if he keeps doing it, and then in the last 3 shootings, everybody saw him, you can't be like, well, it wasn't him. You have to be like, yeah, I saw him too.
Yeah.
Maybe you shut your mouth about the times you lied about it.
Yeah.
But we all saw
Yeah.
it.
So
And,
it seems as though,
it's hard
yeah.
to defend him right now.
So this is why I think he's being slowly boxed into a corner, because even when you see the
He
media,
should be boxed into a fucking cell.
yeah, like, I mean, even when you see the media that traditionally has been sort of favorable to him, are kind of adopting this line where, what the fuck are you doing? Open your stupid eyes.
His eyes are open. He's not that stupid. He's just lying.
Yeah, no, but see, like,
He is by every definition, he's a fucking sociopath. Because he has these emotional responses these negative responses of rage to things he knows are true. It's all an act. Granted, he was a theater professor. He has experience. But
I mean,
you know how hard it is to fuck up the life he's living?
it's very difficult to imagine. It is very difficult to imagine a situation where either a public inquiry or a vote of non-confidence doesn't take place in the next weeks.
And-
It's so
and if
difficult.
he's-
This is really serious
If he wins
stuff.
a vote of non-confidence,
There's no
like,
way. No, there's no way.
Watch.
Dude, if that
What's the date
happens,
today?
the NDP is
March
finished.
1st. March 1st, I just said it.
The only way that could happen is if the NDP supports him, and if the NDP supports him,
They're done.
they are finished. They are finished.
On that note, I think we'll leave you to your days today. I'm going to go hang out with my little baby because she has March break.
Do it.
What time is it? 11:25.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we
do it.
close.
Yeah, let's close out the show, guys. So we talked about a lot of things. There's a lot of fuckery afoot, as Pantelis would say. To paraphrase him, suspicious. Suspicious.
I mean, I like to say suspicious.
But I was paraphrasing Pantelis. I was quoting him.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck you. No, I'm joking.
The Grand Master Wizard himself, the masterpiece of shit. Put the camera on you so they can see your masterpiece-ness of shitness. The white hood wearing Poseidon producing the morning show. You can check him out at iamposeidon.com. In front of me, straight from Broussard. And Parkex before that, but whatever. He's coming from Broussard when he comes here in his Stang, his EV Stang. If there was ever a vehicle that I could see Justin Trudeau driving, it's an EV Mustang. Congratulations, George.
Not even.
You can check out all his stuff. His links are below. You have like a GeorgeTransRizos.com or something.
It's it's georgetandrews.com.
GeorgeTransRizos.com. You can check that out. We talked about a lot of different things today. Obviously, tragedy in Greece. Our hearts go out to those
Yes.
people because the tragedy is not large enough for the rest of the world to make note of it. So we will because it's our responsibility. Anyone who did like my shirt, I saw some people asking. You can get it at balabalance.com in the shop section. I made these. I sell them. You buy them. We buy new lights for the studio. That's how that works. balabalance.com. I will see you guys probably not Friday because George never shows up and it's still March break and I got to play with my kid. So next week. Next
Take care.
Wednesday.
That's it. We're done.
Guten bye.
Peace out.
Yo.